If you don't learn to control your emotions, they will control you. And that can cost you your peace, your relationships, and your happiness. You've probably heard the saying, you need to get your emotions in check. But what if I told you that the way we're taught to deal with our emotions might actually be making things worse? Today, you're going to discover why emotional control is one of the most powerful tools you can have for achieving lasting happiness. The best part? The wisdom you need is already centuries old, buried deep within Stoic philosophy. Now stop and think, how often do you feel overwhelmed by outside pressures, expectations from family, friends, work, or even society itself? We're told to conform, to succeed by society's standards. But what if those standards are actually leading you away from true happiness? What if the secret to peace, clarity, and emotional resilience is not about meeting external expectations, but mastering your own mind? In this video, I'll show you how to use Stoicism to break free from societal pressures, build emotional strength, and cultivate a resilient mindset. By the end of this video, you'll be equipped with simple, yet powerful Stoic practices that you can apply in your life, starting today. And trust me, once you learn to live life on your terms, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Stay tuned, because what you learn today could change your life forever. Topic 1. Understanding society's expectations and why they affect. Our society, in its many forms, shapes the way we think, act, and prioritize our lives. From an early age, we are taught to conform to expectations, be it from family, friends, media, or even career norms. These external pressures push us to live according to a set of standards that may or may not align with our personal values or desires. In fact, how many of us have made life choices, whether in education, career, or relationships, because we felt it was what society expected? It's all too common to chase an idealized version of success, molded by external factors, rather than embracing what truly resonates with our hearts. But this way of living isn't without its consequences. The constant pressure to meet societal expectations can lead to a sense of anxiety, self-doubt, and a profound loss of direction. When we're constantly looking outward for validation, we often forget to look inward. This external validation-seeking behavior leads to unhealthy comparisons, making us feel like we're falling short because we're measuring our worth based on someone else's idea of success. Have you ever felt that you were living someone else's dream? Perhaps the reality is that you're overwhelmed, uncertain, or trapped by this unending race to meet societal standards. This sense of being stuck can overwhelm us, which is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. As we move forward, it's essential to understand the core principle of Stoicism, focusing on what we can control and how it can help us break free from the invisible chains of societal expectations. Now that we've identified the problem of societal pressure and its effects on our lives, let's explore a key Stoic practice that offers a solution, focusing on what we can control. How do we take the reins of our own happiness and peace? Let's dive into that next. Topic 2. The Stoic practice, focusing on what you can control. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, an idea that Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all emphasize throughout their writings. The essence of this principle lies in understanding what is within your control and what lies beyond it. We cannot control the opinions of others, the events that happen around us, or even the external outcomes of our actions. However, we have full control over how we respond to these events, how we manage our thoughts, and how we choose to act. Imagine for a moment you're caught in traffic on your way to an important meeting. The situation is out of your hands. You cannot change the fact that you're stuck in traffic, but what you can control is how you react. Will you get frustrated and anxious, or will you take a deep breath, calm your mind, and use this time to reflect, listen to a podcast, or plan your day? This choice, simple as it seems, reflects the heart of Stoic practice. Your emotional state is yours to control, regardless of external circumstances. As you integrate this principle into your life, start by reflecting daily on your actions. Ask yourself, 1. What is within my control today? What is outside of it? When you encounter frustration, take a moment to pause and remind yourself you can control your reaction. This mindset creates emotional strength, where you are no longer a slave to external events, but a master of your own responses. The Stoic approach to life is not about eliminating challenges, but about how you navigate them. By focusing on what is within our control, we begin to free ourselves from the pressure of meeting societal expectations. But there's another powerful tool within Stoic philosophy that can help us even further: the power of no. Learning to say no to the things that don't align with your values is just as crucial as learning to focus on what you can control. Let's explore that next. Topic 3. The power of no. Setting boundaries and saying no to expectations. One of the hardest challenges we face in life is learning to say no. Society constantly encourages us to be accommodating, to please others, and to accept whatever comes our way. It's almost as if saying yes to every request makes us good, generous, or successful. But in reality, this mindset can be detrimental to our mental well-being. When we constantly say yes to others, we end up neglecting our own needs, desires, and most importantly, our peace of mind. The Stoics understood the importance of setting boundaries. By saying no, we protect our energy, our time, and our emotional state. Marcus Aurelius himself reminds us that we should not allow external demands to compromise our inner peace. You have power over your mind, not outside events, he says. This is where the power of no comes in. Saying no is not a rejection of others, but rather a declaration that you are prioritizing your own well-being, which is crucial for maintaining mental resilience. But saying no can feel uncomfortable, especially in a world that often equates kindness with compliance. How can we start implementing this Stoic practice? Begin by acknowledging that it's okay to put yourself first. Start small. Say no to something minor that doesn't serve your needs. It could be declining a meeting you don't need to attend, or choosing not to engage in a conversation that drains your energy. As you practice, it will become easier, and soon, you'll realize the freedom that comes with setting healthy boundaries. Saying no is essential, but it also ties into a deeper Stoic principle: emotional independence. When you stop depending on others for validation, you start to reclaim your inner peace. Let's now take a deeper look into how you can cultivate emotional independence through Stoic practices. Topic 4. Practicing emotional independence. Finding inner fulfillment. In a world that often seeks to define our worth based on external measures, emotional independence becomes a powerful tool for lasting happiness. The Stoics believed that happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from external validation or the approval of others. Epictetus, one of the foremost Stoic philosophers, famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This speaks to the heart of emotional independence, recognizing that your emotional state is something you can control, regardless of what others think or do. Consider how much of your happiness is dependent on other people's opinions. When someone praises you, you feel validated, but when they criticize you, it cuts deep. This constant fluctuation creates an unstable foundation for your well-being. The Stoics taught us to embrace ataraxia, which is a state of serene calmness. Achieving emotional independence means realizing that you don't need others' approval to feel good about yourself. It's about finding your sense of worth internally, not externally. One effective way to start practicing emotional independence is by journaling. Write down your thoughts and feelings regularly. Reflect on how much of your happiness is truly within your control. Ask yourself questions like, "Why do I seek approval from others?" Or, "What makes me feel fulfilled without external validation?" By consistently engaging in self-reflection, you begin to detach your sense of worth from others' perceptions. Another practice to strengthen emotional independence is mindfulness. Whether it's through meditation or simply taking a moment to pause and breathe, these practices help center your mind and allow you to become less reactive to external influences. Emotional independence doesn't mean avoiding discomfort. Rather, it involves learning to thrive through discomfort. In fact, the Stoics taught that facing challenges head-on is a key to personal growth. Let's dive into how discomfort can actually be an essential element of your resilience. Topic 5. Embracing discomfort. Growth through challenge. Discomfort is something most people avoid at all costs. Our natural instinct is to seek pleasure and avoid pain, yet the Stoics believed that true growth comes through discomfort and hardship. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most well-known Stoic philosophers, famously wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reflects the Stoic view that challenges and obstacles aren't merely things to endure. They are opportunities for personal growth and development. Think about the last time you faced a difficult situation. Perhaps it was a challenging project at work, a personal loss, or a moment of failure. The natural reaction is often to shy away, to wish for it to be over quickly, or to feel defeated. But the Stoics would encourage you to shift your perspective. Instead of viewing discomfort as something to avoid, see it as a chance to build resilience, strength, and character. Just as a blacksmith forges a sword in the heat of the fire, so too do we refine our own resilience through life's toughest moments. To apply this principle, start by deliberately seeking challenges that push you outside your comfort zone. Take on a task that intimidates you, like speaking in public, or engage in difficult conversations that you've been avoiding. Over time, you will learn to embrace discomfort rather than resist it. Reflect on your experiences. What did you learn from the challenge? How did it help you grow? By confronting these uncomfortable situations, you become mentally tougher and better equipped to handle whatever life throws at you. As you face challenges head-on, you begin to realize the importance of eliminating distractions from your life. Distractions can pull you away from the things that truly matter. Let's now look at how Stoicism teaches us to reduce mental noise and focus on what is essential. Topic 6. Reducing noise. The importance of minimalism in thought and action. In the modern world, we are constantly bombarded by distractions, social media, emails, notifications, and the overwhelming pressure to be constantly busy. This noise can cloud our minds and prevent us from focusing on what truly matters. The Stoics, however, believed in the power of mental minimalism, focusing only on thoughts and actions that align with our core values and long-term goals. This principle of simplicity is essential for achieving inner peace and clarity. Imagine trying to navigate a stormy sea with a cluttered ship. The constant distractions, whether they be external pressures or internal chatter, make it difficult to stay on course. The Stoics would encourage you to clear the deck, remove the unnecessary, and focus on what truly matters. By reducing the mental noise in your life, you make room for more clarity, intentionality, and purpose. To apply this in your own life, start by simplifying your daily routine. Cut out activities or habits that don't contribute to your growth or happiness. For example, if you spend hours mindlessly scrolling through social media, consider setting boundaries on your usage. Replace time spent on distractions with activities that nourish your mind, such as reading a Stoic text, journaling, or meditating. Reflect on the things that truly align with your values. These are the activities that will help you grow, both emotionally and mentally. By reducing the noise in your life and focusing on what matters, you create space for reflection and intentional action. But the next step is to take that newfound clarity and put it into practice. Let's now explore how you can embrace the Stoic philosophy in your daily life and begin applying its principles. Topic 7. Reflection. Taking action and embracing Stoic philosophy in your life. Now that we've explored key Stoic principles, it's time to turn this knowledge into action. The beauty of Stoicism is that it's not just a theory or abstract philosophy, it's a way of living. Reflecting on the ideas we've discussed, focusing on what you can control, embracing discomfort, setting boundaries, and minimizing distractions, leads us to the critical step of putting these concepts into practice. It's one thing to understand these principles, it's another to actively integrate them into your daily routine. So, how can you start? First, take a moment to reflect on your current life. Are you living in alignment with your values, or are you caught up in the expectations and distractions of others? Ask yourself, what area of my life would benefit most from a Stoic approach? Whether it's in your work, your relationships, or your personal goals, there is always room to apply the wisdom of the Stoics. Start small by identifying one principle you can apply today. Perhaps it's learning to say no to something that doesn't serve you, or focusing on your inner response to an external challenge. It's important to remember that applying Stoicism is not about achieving perfection, it's about progress. Each day you can take one step forward. For example, if you're facing stress at work, focus on controlling your reaction rather than the outcome. If you're struggling with emotional dependencies, try journaling about your own values and what truly makes you happy, independent of others' opinions. As you begin to apply Stoic practices, you'll notice how your perspective shifts. You'll be able to navigate life with more peace, strength, and resilience. But even as you move forward with Stoicism, the journey doesn't end. The true power of Stoic philosophy lies in its ability to continually evolve with you. Now that you understand how to reflect and take action, let's dive deeper into how consistent practice can lead you to lasting happiness and mental clarity. Throughout this video, we've uncovered the power of Stoic philosophy to transform how we respond to life's challenges. We've learned that we have control over our reactions, and by embracing discomfort and setting boundaries, we can reclaim our peace and happiness. The key takeaway: true emotional strength comes not from avoiding life's difficulties, but from mastering our response to them. Now, I want you to reflect on your own life. What areas of your life would benefit most from applying these Stoic principles? Maybe it's learning to say no to things that drain you, or finding peace amidst life's chaos. Whatever it is, the time to start is now. Remember this: your happiness and resilience are within your control. Start small, take action, and continue to apply the principles of Stoicism each day. And as you do, you'll discover that you're not just overcoming challenges, you're becoming the person you were always meant to be. If this message resonated with you, drop a comment below saying, "I choose inner peace," and share this video with someone who could use a little more Stoic wisdom in their life. Don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing insights on emotional control, mental resilience, and living a truly fulfilled life.